Hello there, my name's Moira McDonald, hopefully you know that, and you're sitting on my channel binge watching my videos. I today have decided to catch you on the hop. I'm going to do a wee tag. I was watching YouTube just for a change yesterday, and it's not unusual for me to fall asleep when I'm watching YouTube. That's absolutely no reflection on the quality of crafting, right, because I really enjoy it. The problem is, as you'll know if you watch me regularly, I've got 3 dogs, 2 of which are fairly young, and one is determined to not let me sleep through the night and to get me up every morning at roughly 5:20. So I do get really tired, and as a result fall asleep. Anyway, before I had fallen asleep yesterday, I was watching YouTube and I saw a video by Julie. I think Julie's second name is Krabenhoff or something like that. Anyway, forgive me Julie if you're watching this and I've got your name wrong. Her channel is Paper Play with Julie K, and I really like Julie. She not only does junk journals, but she does a lot of other things. She does cards, she obviously indulges in a lot of swaps, and I think the video that I saw yesterday related to perhaps sort of tag, shabby chic style, fabric-y, well not fabric-y, I mean it's lace and that, but some sort of swap I'm assuming anyway. Forgive me, I don't always listen that closely, and yet I get annoyed when folk don't listen to me, but anyway, that's my prerogative because I'm not getting any younger, so I'm getting to that age where I get really narky at folk. Anyway, back to the matter in hand. Julie's video was absolutely excellent. I loved what she had done. I loved watching her. Her finished tag was beautiful beyond compare, and I thought I really want to have a go at that. I don't have the wealth of beautiful, I mean I do have some lovely laces here, but she had some beautiful appliques, and I don't have them to hand, anything like that, so I'm going to make it with what I've got and hopefully it'll look sufficiently attractive. Right, I have part of a time card. I've actually used the top to write a wee address label on a parcel I'm sending to my very good friend Cheryl Stark. Hello Cheryl! And while I'm at it, hello Birio, hello Lisa and Caroline, hello Hen, I'm here. Anyway, that's the folk that are really, oh, and Kristen, don't forget Kristen, hi Kristen. They're the folk that I do speak to very regularly. Anyway, the gist of it all is, I'm left with part of this. It's not massive, but it's big enough to do what I'm planning to do. So what I'll do is I'll start and get layering up with the fabrics. I've cut, I don't know what you call this, I think it's some sort of chiffon, but it's embroidered, and I think I bought about 3 metres there or something like that, so needless to say it's cropping up quite a lot. I'm going to do that as my base layer, and we'll see how we get on from there. The plan, when I watched Julie K, she had done quite a number of, the other good thing incidentally was there was no sewing in this. Do you hear that, Laurie? Hi Laurie, how you doing? Talked to Laurie quite a bit as well, and the general consensus is neither of us particularly like sewing, and yet we suspect, or I certainly suspect, I think some folk that are on YouTube doing junk journals have shares in Singer sewing machines because everything's getting sewn, and I personally, I'm not very good at sewing. I'm not very good with a sewing machine at all. But there's no sewing in this, and there was no sewing in Julie's yesterday, which is probably another thing that I really liked about it. Right, so my base layer, and what I've done here is I have got a wee bit dangling over the bottom, which I think will be a nice touch with any luck. If this goes horribly wrong, of course, I'll just not put this video up. Right, I'm going to trim the edges so that that's straight. And I know you're meant to use different scissors for your laces from your paper scissors, and sometimes I try to do that, but if you're anything like me, you've just got that many pairs of scissors and whatever lying about on your desk, that it reaches the stage where you just use whatever you've got whenever you've got it. Right, I am going to cut that there, try and get that reasonably straight. I've got a, I think it's a tonic guillotine I've got. I don't really like it because it does make a lot of noise. You might have seen it in starring in one of my previous videos. It's good for cutting straight. The only problem is it is quite noisy. So normally I discovered it actually cuts through lace really well, which is quite impressive. I really like that, the fact that I can get a straight edge. So I'm going to just layer this up. The gist of this is watching Julie. She just plastered on a number of layers and they looked fabulous. They really did. And I thought I really just want to do it because I want something that looks like that. But you find that, don't you, when you watch YouTube videos and you see somebody making something that you think, oh, that's really, really pretty. You're just determined to try and have something that looks quite similar yourself. I think everybody in life wants pretty things. Maybe that's why we all like journals so much. Right, that's a wee bit overlappy at the bottom, but I'm not overly concerned about that. Now I've got another layer of that and I'm going to do it on the other side so that it's, try and make sure I glue it down the right way. This bottle of good old Fabri-Tac is it's getting near its end, and as a result is a bit bubbly and whatever every now and again. I'm not, I mean, I want to make sure it's stuck, but at the same time I'm not really going to stick it to the extent that it's completely flush, because at the end of the day I think sometimes there's going to be enough layers in this that it won't really matter, if you get my drift. At least that's my intention. Right, that's my pink layer down. I've actually, you'll notice that what I did was I stuck it on the side with the printing, so that should anybody decide it was to be a tag on that side, it would be capable of being written on. Now, I'm going to, do you know what, I can't be bothered with this. This Fabri-Tac's just doing my head in. I'm going to go back to Collal, because Collal, the only problem I have with Collal is it doesn't dry terribly quickly. But having said that, it's much more fluid and you don't sit waiting 20 minutes for it to come out the bottle the way you do with Fabri-Tac when it's getting near the end. Don't need to overdo the amount of glue, I don't think. I'm going to neaten up the edges of everything when I'm done. By edges I'm meaning top. I'm going to let things overlap the sides because I just think it looks nicer. I mean, I think thinking back to Julie's video yesterday, I don't think her stuff overlapped. But then, as we've been discussing recently, when I did my video of Cheryl's junk journal, we're all different, and that is the beauty of the craft, isn't it? It's the fact that folk do, this is quite long, this bit, folk do different things in different ways, and it makes for excuse me, a greater degree of interest. Right, I'm going to try and tidy this up a wee bit because that's just too long and I don't like that. Similarly, I'm going to oh, excuse me, that's a glue going for me. Right, that's fine. That ends okay. Got glue all over my scissors, but I'll wash them when I'm done. What else have I got by way of lace? I dug out my lace before I started here because I figured there's, you know what it's like, if you sit and watch me choosing what lace, we'll spend 20 minutes doing that. I personally really enjoy getting to the gist of the craft. I'm not overly keen on really long videos. I prefer my videos half an hour or less. She said there's no doubt this one will drag on. Now I'm going to have this overlapping at the top. And cut. Did I cut a wee bit for the bottom? No, I didn't. Oh, I did. Let's see, I've done that. What am I like? What am I like? I think this glue's nearly done as well. On the plus side, that means I get the fun of opening a new bottle from the 10 million I've got on my desk. Colal's quite stinky, I have to say, as indeed is Fabri-Tac to some extent. Right. Now I've cut out my image, and what I did was I used a die. It doesn't need to be a die, obviously you cut it in whatever fashion you want, but I used a die and I've gone round the edge very lightly, and when I say lightly I mean just literally the edge. I haven't run into the picture, excuse me, with my distress ink. So we shall now add some Collal glue. This particular glue is suitable for everything, and it's one that I do go through sort of phases of using from time to time, just depends what it is I'm doing. But it's one of these glues that, now I want my image somewhere near the top, it's one of these glues that's, it'll stick the earth, quite frankly. I think, hold on a wee second till we read. It describes itself as universal, but I'm pretty sure it tells that the writing's too wee. By the time I sit and read that to you, there'll be no point. Right, there's my image down, and I've still got 3 laces here, but I don't think I'm going to be using all of them. I'm going to go over the edge of the picture, and I want to make sure I don't cut this too low. I've used a mixture of whites Could have cut that a bit straighter, shouldn't I? Whites and ivories here, because it really just depends on what you've got, you know what it's like. I had terrible bother getting ivory lace. I know, you know, I mean, it's one of these situations where no matter how hard you try, you end up, you know, people sell lace, when you're buying it online, they'll sell it telling you it's ivory and you'll get it up the road and it'll be white. You know, so they've blatantly lied, quite frankly, and that's pretty annoying. Do you know what? This will make it easier if I actually measure it this way. Fame, I want to live forever. People remember my name. Fame. Blah 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 blah. I'm not very good with words of songs. Some might argue I'm not very good with tunes of songs. What I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to cut this down a wee bit, because I think, to be fair, the image of the girl is quite big. Hoping that'll work, because I don't want to cover all the picture, but I want to make sure that I've got something round about her. Just cutting the very edge here. I hope you're seeing this okay. Still recording. That's always a good thing. Right, that goes for that. Get this on my fingers now. Right, so we're going to do that, and we want to down the picture. Big glue threads everywhere. Now, I'm going to straighten that up a wee bit first of all, if I can, and actually before I do, what I think I might do is layer some more of this. Julie had immaculate, what do you call them? Immaculate appliques that were very bridal looking, do you know what I mean? They'd all sorts of sequins and whatever, and I just don't know how you get that. Certainly it's not the sort of thing that's... Right, half a day is now past. I was filming away, quite the thing, and my battery ran out in my camera. So, big apologies. The good news is I didn't finish this. Right, so here's where we are, and what we're going to do next is, because I had time to have a look at it, is I have a wee kind of metal strand with wee pearls on it, and I've curled it round the end of a paintbrush, a very thin paintbrush I might add, and I'm going to stick that on. For this I will use the Fabri-Tac, I think, because I would quite like to make sure it stays in place. And I'm going to add, I did have quite a substantial applique and I have cut it down, so I want to stick that on in such a way that I'm not actually covering her face. I don't think I'm going to get away with that. What I'll do, wait a minute, where's my orange scissors? Yep, can't find them. Right, just need to use these. Right, I'm going to cut this smaller. So when you cut an applique, what I do is just find the bits where it's joined on, and hopefully be able to use it. Let's just have a look at this. Not sure I like that, so what we'll do is I'll take that bit off and that bit off. And I shall use that. I don't want to cover her face. That'll do. Do you get that with Fabri-Tac when you use it? A big globule comes up at the top, like a big air bubble, and it's a bit of a nuisance. Hold on till we get turn this over. Oh, yep, stuck to my finger. There we go. I can actually, if I want to, maybe layer that up, but I don't know if I do. What I might do is just add this down here. This is off another applique. This is one that I got a row of them on eBay. I think they came from China. So it was the usual traditional wait for about a month and a half or whatever for them to show up. Now I want to cover over that wire a bit to protect it, and I'm also going to, bear with me, stick that down a bit better. That'll help. Get that big globule of glue out the way. There we go, that'll do us. I do have a big piece of glue on my finger. Now I'm going to get a baby wipe at this point. Just to wipe my fingers. Right. So far so good. And I'm going to add this here. I think that's a sight of help. Look at this, it's alive. It's like something out of Doctor Who. No doubt there's a secret to using Fabri-Tac where this doesn't happen, but I don't know what it is. So, get my baby wipe and I shall wipe my glue. It's all over my fingers. Sorry, we drink a coffee while we're working. Right, looking good. Oh no, oh I don't believe it, I've actually managed to spill baby wipe on her face. Oh help. Inkjet printer, there's absolutely no way I'm covering that. Right, so what that means is we try to drive our fingers on with trousers and we get another picture. Isn't this just so typical of me? Actually, one of those drips is dried. I just don't know if the other one will. We'll give her a wee minute and we'll check that out. If not, we will cut another picture. Now, I've also got a wee row of pearls here that I'm going to add down the side. Assuming, of course, that we can get the Fabri-Tac out without it causing us a major problem. If you're in Britain and are interested in this particular little string of pearls, they came from a shop, an online shop called Budley Crafts, and I get quite a lot from Budley Crafts. I quite like them. They do a lot of Viva Decor, glue and the likes. Now I'm also going to add, I'm hoping Lisa Owen recognises this particular little pearl embellishment type button, because I am going to use it on this tag. And I'm going to add it there. And I'm going to take my baby wipe away from my picture and wipe the top of my glue, put my lid on. Right, that has not dried on her face. She did have 2 drips on her face, and one has dried okay, but the other one hasn't. Hold on a minute. Can I move this over a wee bit because I don't think it's as straight as it could be. Whoops. Right, that's fine. I don't think that's as straight. I don't think the other drip's going to dry. So that being the case, I'm going to cut another image, and it's just going to have to sit over the top. Oh, there's my orange scissors. Who knew? Right. Bear with me because my thing is just off to the side here, my big shot. And I'm going to cut this out and I shall just stick it on top. Oh, help. Do you know that's a phrase you hear in every one of my videos, isn't it? Oh, help. Because 9 times out of 10, if it can go wrong when you're filming, it will. I'm quite sure all the big YouTube stars, like Gail and Wendy, started out having these kind of hassles. At least that's what I'll tell myself. Right. Put that away and fix that in a second. Aye, now I want to run round this with the vintage photo again, or I think actually, to be fair, it was ground espresso I used on that last picture. It's a bit of a pity that it's marked the image, but these things happen, as we all know. Right. Oh. Nah, that's not going to come out. That is going to remain marked. And I'm going to have to put, oh help, the picture's going to have to, well, this isn't going to be very easy, is it? Yeah, we'll manage this. Right, what we shall do is, this is going to be, hold on, I need a cup of coffee here. Gulp, 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 gulp. This is going to be paper to paper in the main. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the glue. This didn't happen with Julie Kay either, by the way. I'm going to put the glue on the original image and then just slide the picture in on top if I can. Sorry, wee attractive model lady. Right, we're not getting it under that, but we can get it under that, so. Right, that's pretty much on top of that. think that's us. Right, there we go. Another drink of coffee. Now, I do still have this piece of applique. And hold on, I'm going to cut it and see, because if I can, I'm going to layer it over the image, just in this corner here. Right, that's fine. Just going to tidy up any wee tiny bits of straggly thread I see. Now it is going to hang off, unless I do it that way, but I think if I do it that way, if I do it that way I'm giving myself, I'm covering her face. Oopsie daisy, we don't want to do that. If I go that way, right, I'm going to stick that there, I think. Fabric tack, trying hard as I can not to get her face wet. Oh. Now, somewhere among all of my scissors and things, I'm pretty sure I've got a pair of tweezers. It's a pair of unopened scissors falling on the floor. Sorry, I know it's going all quiet, but sometimes you've got to concentrate when you're doing this. I'm going to layer that in the bottom there because, oh help, this thing's alive. Wait a minute, I've got it all over my bag of boho. This is why I don't do craft with me videos very often, because things never go quite as they should. That's it, I think. In terms of what we're going to, hold on, because this glue is just dry. Are you watching this? Are you seeing this? This is the problem with Fabri-Tac, and it's particularly prevalent when you get towards the end of the bottle for some reason. It just develops big massive air bubbles and globules out. Right, that's us. Now, wee thread of glue in the back, in the main, that's okay. Say, to be fair, I don't think it's worth actually doing a thingy in that, punching a hole and putting an eyelet in it, because I think it's going to be more hassle than it's worth. Apart from anything else, the tag is fairly heavy because of the embellishments that's on it. So that's my tag finished, my homage to Julie Kay and her fabric or snippet type styly tag. I don't think she ran into the bad luck I did. Having said that, I'm quite happy with that. I think that's fairly attractive. So what I'll do is, as a thank you, before I actually do my big giveaway, I'll do this as a giveaway to anybody that's watching that's quite happy having watched it. If you can leave me a comment on this video, and I'll give it about a week. Today is, let me see, this is Friday, isn't it? Aye, this is Friday, so we'll give it till next Friday. Now, trying to think what today's date is. This must be the, is it the 17th? Aye, so next Friday will be the 24th. So next Friday on the 24th I'll have a look at how many comments I've got. You've got to be a subscriber and comment please on the video, and don't say, Moira, what an idiot for managing to get your picture wet with your baby wipe. But anyway, if you subscribe and leave a comment, next Friday I shall draw a name, and whoever wins, I'll contact them, and when they get back to me with their full name and address, I shall pop this in the post to the lucky winner. And during the course of next week I'm planning on starting a journal that will be an ultimate giveaway as well. So thanks very much for your time. Sorry it's taken me so long to organise this. I don't know how long this video is actually going to be, probably a lot longer than I'd planned. It really wasn't helped by the fact that my battery ran out in my camera, but anyway, that's that, these things happen. So thanks very much for your time. I shall speak to you all again soon, and like I say, if you like and subscribe and do me a wee comment, I shall draw next Friday the 24th, and the lucky winner shall win this little snippet styly tag. Thanks very much for your time. See you soon guys. Bye. Bye. Hi, it's me again. I know I didn't seem like I was away, but I was obviously. Artist prerogative, I added something to the little tag. I used a couple of little lacy circles from a piece of a doily that Perio had sent me in Happy Mail, and I added that at the bottom with a couple of wee pearls on top of it because I just didn't like the way the lace was lying. So that's it now. finally. That's what will be the gift, if you like, or the winnings. It's just a wee bit of fluff up there. I don't think I can zoom out. Wait a minute, hold on. I'll move this up a bit. Give me a second. Ooh. Right. With all the production values you're used to in a Moira video, that's it this time. Hope you can see it okay. Okay, so thanks very much. See you all again soon. Bye.